Hey there folks, here we are in the backyard. We've had some really high winds here over the last week, some of the highest winds I've ever seen up here. And unfortunately I do have a fatality to report. My beautiful purple robe locust tree that used to be right there. Well, now there's a rooster on top of it. I lost my whole tree. The wind snapped it in half, so I had to get the chainsaw and cut it up and get it out of here. I'll probably eventually dig that stump out of there and plant something else. But for now, the rooster has a place to roost on. But I have something new out here that makes up for it. We've gotten tons of cherries off the cherry tree this year, and there's still a bunch in there, believe it or not. The wind knocked so many off I threw away, but we got just big bowl after bowl after bowl. Me and my son have been eating them. My wife made some really delicious cherry jam out of some of them. So it's been a good harvest for the cherries. That tree's still standing. I did trim some off of the apple tree because it was really rocking. I didn't want it to snap. So I trimmed a little off of it, but it's still there and there's tons of apples on it. Gonna have they're just everywhere. I'm gonna have to probably prune a lot of them off so that it doesn't get too heavy. And the pear tree here, I've already had to take a lot off and the wind's knocked a lot off. I'm gonna have to take more off because it's getting really top heavy. So all those trees are still standing. We just lost the purple robe locust over there, but to make up for it, as one of my Father's Day gifts, my wonderful wife and children, mainly my wife I think, got me something I've always wanted in the backyard. Now I'd like to have a real one, but I know they're destructive, just like the chickens and rabbits and other things I've tried before. They're all destructive creatures. This one will not destroy my yard. Look at that. Got me a little goat, and I put it on top of the rock back here. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, I think goats are awesome. So yeah, they got me that for a early Father's Day gift right there. I was smiling when I opened up the box and saw that. Yeah, so we'll have to get another tree there eventually. The old antenna just sits there. I hardly even talk on it anymore. I've got a bunch of other stuff going on. I'm always working on cars or doing some other projects, so this is just kind of taking a back seat, but it's still up. Now that antenna, that penetrator SBT 500, that held up to all the winds we had here. It blew my tree down. It blew all kinds of people's fences down and trees down and everything else. It tore half the other side of the roof off of my shed I had to repair. But that antenna withstood all of it. So I've got to give that thing a really good review. It's a solid antenna. If I would have had my Serio 27 up, it would have snapped immediately like it did last time. That's a pretty stout antenna there for what it is. Alright folks, well that's a little update back here. Y'all be good. There's Bird Village. I'm pretty sure all the birds have already had their babies and moved out this time of year. Out of these here anyways. But look at all these apples, huh? Just in this little area. But there is a bird living in this one here. In the little beehive looking birdhouse. A bird has made a nest and has moved in there. Every time it sees me, it flies away. But it's probably going to lay some eggs here anytime. Try to see if I can't show the nest in there. Yeah, it's built a nest in there. Got to trim those climbing roses again. They're going crazy. And both of the windmills that I welded up and modified held up. because those things out of the box, they won't last through a 15-mile-an-hour wind. But they both survived. It's a little wobbly, and of course the frame rate doesn't show it spinning at the accurate speed. It shows the inside piece spinning accurately, but the outside looks like it's standing still. It's wobbling, but it's still hanging in there. The onions in this bucket have gone to seed. Alright folks, catch you next time. Looks like, I don't know, we might get some rain. Haven't had rain for a while. It'd be nice if we got some rain up here.